Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Two Olds for TikTok. It's May. It's gonna be May. Catalina, how was your weekend? How's your week going?
It's going fine. I am a little bit unwell sounding, not because I am unwell, but because I guess I've learned in my aging body that I'm a voice loser. I used to never lose my voice, and now if I'm just like screaming or talking too much, I lose my voice.
I can't wait to see what happens at Cedar Point when we go to the amusement park. You're definitely going to lose your voice like you did the first time.
I lost my voice for a week.
Yeah. So you lost your voice because you attended a wedding in Austin that I was very jealous to not be there. How was the wedding?
The wedding was lovely. I attended the wedding of our dear friend Steph, friend of the pod actually. She's been on the pod before.
Yes.
And Steph is a friend that I met living in Austin, Texas when I used to live there. So it was fun because we have a lot of pals from our time in Austin, the Austin years, who all got to see each other again. And we had seen most of each other recently at my wedding in December, and then prior to that at another friend's wedding in May. So it's been nice to see everyone like somewhat frequently. And then also Ashley, friend of the pod, was there.
That's so great. That's why I'm also very jealous because all the great people were there. Except one person did miss out, and that was Claudio.
Yes, Claudio was in Brazil.
Yeah, sad.
So
and
couldn't make it.
I missed out too.
And you couldn't make it. I don't know. What would you like to know about the wedding? There were beer donkeys.
Are those donkeys that serve beer?
They're donkeys that just like have some baskets on them. One had White Claw and one had beer. And they don't really serve so much as sit there eating grass and you go and just like get a beer or get a White Claw.
I remember last week we asked if PETA would be upset about something. Oh, we were talking about turtle races.
Oh, no, this is definitely,
would PETA be upset about this?
I mean, probably, but I have to say those donkeys were not laboring very hard. If anything, I expected them to be a little more engaging, you know? And they were just sitting there eating grass. I talked to the lady and she was like, yeah, this is the only, the lady, because they're like on a leash or whatever you call it for a donkey. And it's not like, whatever. And, I asked this lady, or she was like, I was like, wow, they really like that grass. She was like, yeah, it's because it's the only time that they get to eat grass like this. So they just love it. They love
grass. Like what? What kind of grass?
Well,
is
normally
at a wedding
like
than
fresh
grass.
I think normally they eat like hay or something. And so the only time that they get this like special grass is when they're serving wedding patrons.
Bizarre, but I'm loving this. I would like a lot of ideas for my wedding that I'm planning, but haven't started yet planning. And this is something that seems memorable. Wait,
I do have an additional.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Oh, what are you going to say?
I saw a picture of what seemed to be a beautiful table of espresso martinis. Was that an espresso martini bar?
Yes, there was her signature. Oh my God. Her signature cocktail was an espresso martini. And so at one point they did an espresso martini tower, but then they like very quickly were like, it's not a tower anymore. Just ask for an espresso martini. So okay. I missed the tower because I went to the bathroom, but I did have an espresso martini. But no, what I was going to say that really added to the vibe, which when Steph explained that this was going to be happening, and I was like, I don't know about like what that's going to be like. It just sounded like funny. They had a DJ, but then the DJ was accompanied by a man on a drum kit who drummed along with the music.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, a little drum line.
No, like a single man.
Oh, it wasn't a drum line.
Yeah, no,
with
not
a snare
a drum.
No,
like a full drum kit. It was a full drum kit. And he was just like rocking out to every song. It honestly like really amped up the music vibe, but it was also pretty funny.
Was he like dancing with the old ladies?
He was just on the drum kit. Yeah.
Wow.
And the venue, the pavilion, had some swings in it, which was kind of cool.
Oh, a swing moment is nice.
Yeah. And the food was excellent. And you can't say that about every wedding. You can't say that about every wedding.
You cannot. I will say the food at your wedding, spectacular. But I have been to one of weddings Summer weddings. I don't know, many weddings. Not many, but a few where food wasn't a plenty and food wasn't a good.
Well, and also sometimes the food is not bad. It's just fine and not memorable. This food was like memorably good. But I realized, unless I was given bad information, that this is because it was catered by this place called Peach Tortilla, which is like a local Austin restaurant that's really good. So it makes sense why it's good.
Fabulous. I'm so glad you had a great weekend.
In another highlight, I got to go to H Mart, which I love.
There's H Marts in New York.
Well,
you're talking about the Asian grocery store,
yeah,
right?
The Korean grocery store. I don't live in New York, Dina.
Oh, okay, so there's none in Ohio.
No, and the H Mart in Austin is a giant. Mm-hmm. And I bought snail masks, which I love.
Oh.
And
Did you learn about those on TikTok?
No, I didn't actually. I learned about them when I went to H Mart many years ago. And I
learned about those on TikTok.
Well, I highly recommend. And I might, after this, purchase just like the snail mucin serum.
Right. The snail mucin serum is all over TikTok. I see that a lot. Do you?
Well, no, I haven't. And that's kind of strange because I'm very much on the like skincare part of TikTok.
That is strange.
How about you, Dina? What's the latest? What's the hot goss?
I ran a half marathon this weekend, the
Same.
Brooklyn half.
Wow.
It was great. Great celebrations after. Like, I was in the wrong wave because I've never run with this running organization. So I think I said my time is a lot faster than it actually is. So I was in like wave 2. So for the first 2 miles, I was in the back of the wave. I was running by myself through this race. It was great. But then wave 3 caught up to me and it became
and
really
you're like,
crowded.
oh, these are my people.
No, those people were even faster than me.
Oh, no.
But it was fine. It was a fun time, a great hang after. I took a lot of pickleback shots, which I think are great for recovery because you need salt, from sweating out all the salt. And what else? Oh, the best news ever. Ben's sister had a baby.
Yay.
So and we met the baby and she's very cute and that's very exciting.
Wow, we're both aunts now.
Wow. I say aunt though. I'm an aunt. You're an aunt.
I say aunt.
Yeah, I think it's like a Long Island Cheshire thing.
Sure.
Well, shall we get into the TikToks this week?
Let's see what's up on TikTok. I mean, as per usual, since I was traveling, I wasn't really watching that many TikToks. But while I was flying Delta this time, and they have free Wi-Fi on their planes now. And TikTok mostly works on it, which was very enjoyable.
It's great. It's so enjoyable to watch TikTok on a plane. I love that. But on my For You page, I'm getting some kindergarteners in China content. Okay. And there's one video and the user is scene of Asia and it's just little children playing basketball but in a extremely synchronized way.
Wow.
All the comments are like, wow, these children know how to play basketball better than any high schoolers. This level of coordination is not taught in the U.S. Like, this is what China is doing while they're
This is the propaganda TikTok. That TikTok warned us about.
Exactly. So it's just funny. I don't know. It's just, it's mesmerizing to watch.
When I was a youth, I went to field hockey camp in Europe, which was weird.
You went to Europe?
You knew this.
I didn't know you went to Europe. What kind of bougie shit is that? They
Oh,
sent you to Europe?
Okay, Dina, I went on a team tour Greenbaum.
To the West Coast. I camped. You went to Europe with your field hockey team? Wow, that internationally.
Okay. I went to field hockey
just
camp because I wanted to go on. Do you know what People to People was? It was basically a teen tour, but it was like going to Europe. And my parents were like, this is a waste of money. You need to do something that's actually an activity. So they let me do field hockey. Maybe they just wanted me to exercise. I don't really know what was going on. And then I quit field hockey. I was also awful at field hockey. Like, I'm not good at sports like that.
We never even had field hockey in my high school. They didn't offer it to us.
Well, when we went, the people
I was Europe, by the way.
We went to Holland and England and Belgium.
Oh my god!
It was like mostly in Holland And then we also were in Portsmouth, England for a while, and Belgium for like a day. I remember I bought chocolates and I got home and they were moldy. Tragic.
That's upsetting.
But this is to compare sports skills. We were all, 16, 17, 18-year-olds playing field hockey, maybe a little bit younger, and they would match us up against literal 10-year-olds because they were so much better than us. They
so
were like,
crazy.
You're not allowed to play the people who are your age because they're going to kick your ass. And the 10-year-olds kicked our asses.
I remember in my high school and earlier on, like elementary school, kindergarten, our phys ed was they would throw us basketballs and be like, here you go, you could do something with this. Like,
We
there
played-
was no structure, mostly.
We took a lot of like multiple choice tests about pickleball.
You did?
Yeah, which is also why it's
my
so
God.
funny now that pickleball
We
is so
never did
popular.
that. That
We
is
played
really funny.
so much pickleball, and you know what? I don't remember the rules, and now it's popular, and I'm like, damn, I wish I'd paid more attention.
Okay, well, the rules are very easy to learn. I can teach you them.
Okay.
There's a kitchen. There's, very few rules.
Okay.
Actually, I saw a TikTok video about a girl commenting on the start of TikTok and why it's the whitest sport ever. And
The start of TikTok or pickleball?
sorry, the start of pickleball, but this was a TikTok video. And it was basically like 3 white guys who played golf started it. They were in their country clubs, but also, it's named pickleball because one of the guys
Had a dog named
dog
Pickle. I
named
remember
Pickle.
that from the tests.
Wow. It's great.
And the kitchen thing also did ring a bell. But
Or is it the sink? No, I think it's the kitchen.
who's to say? I guess we'll
Who's to
never
say?
know. Anything else on your algorithm?
Yeah, I saw there were these tornadoes in Nebraska on April 26th. So the user disaster9578 posted the videos of these tornadoes, and tornadoes are seeing them on video is really crazy. Luckily, so my brother's wife Emily's family is from Nebraska. She's from Nebraska, and they're all okay. But these were devastating tornadoes, and I feel like I haven't heard about them in the news a lot, but seeing the TikTok video is very jarring.
How many tornadoes were there?
I can't quote the facts on this tornado thing, but there were tornadoes.
Well, we've had quite a few tornadoes in Columbus this year, and one of them, the tornado siren went off because there's these sirens around the city, and the tornado siren went off at 5 a.m, and I thought it was Ivan's phone alarm. And I was like, oh my God, why do you have the most annoying alarm?
What are you supposed to do when the siren goes off, though?
You're supposed to either go to a basement or go to a low room with no windows.
Mm-hmm.
You know where Ivan went?
The bathtub.
Try again.
The car.
He went outside to look at the sky.
Oh, that's such a man thing to do.
It's also because Ivan's dad used to take him storm chasing because for his art, he would like take photographs and video of skies, and it's all like sky. Ivan's dad is an artist. And so Ivan was like, I've been with the storm chasers. I know what to. I'm like, all right, this is actually going to get the tornado to hit us with this attitude.
I loved that movie Twister growing up. It was such a good movie.
I never saw it. I don't like to be frightened.
No, but, well, no spoilers. Well, no, I am spoiling it. It wasn't a devastating ending. Like, Helen
Okay.
Hunt survives.
Does someone die?
I think so at one point, but it wasn't horrific.
All
It
right.
was a well done film back in the day, and they made those tornadoes look really good.
Maybe I'll give it a watch.
I think you'd like it.
Okay. Well, on my algorithm, I saw a video today by @slowhaste that just really resonated with me. It is a little bit of a visual piece where
Yeah.
it is someone who's at home in their parents' fridge. And firstly, it resonated because I think these people have like the same or a very similar model of fridge to my parents. And they happen to keep the same drawer filled with 800 things of cheese and like luncheon meats, like deli meats. And so they're just taking out one Parmesan cheese after another in this audio.
Staying at my parents' house, making some pasta for some Parmesan cheese to grate. Perfect. There we go. Got some parm. Oh, awesome. There we go. Got some parm. Oh, what's this? Wait, parm. Oh my gosh. Great. Got some parm.
This reminds me of that hoisin sauce.
Yes,
song.
that's what all the comments were. It's like,
Yes.
go to the store, get a bottle of hoisin
Get a
sauce.
hoisin sauce,
I did
yeah.
that. I have 2 bottles of hoisin sauce. I did that exact move.
God. You know what I
Ridiculous.
do that with? My crime is mustards. I go to the store, I think, I don't have mustard, and I end up with 40,000 mustard. But I don't think that's so bad because mustard isn't really good. It doesn't spoil.
Well, it's also different types of mustard.
Right, exactly. I'll get a Dijon or a spicy, so I'm not mad about it.
I mean, my parents stock their fridge like they are preparing for the apocalypse. When I was a
Yes.
kid, in our basement, we had like spillover pantry storage, and people would go in and be like, "Is this your Y2K storage?"
My parents' pantry is also insane with toothbrushes, toothpaste, the Suave shampoos and conditioners.
Oh my God,
if
your
they're on
family is
sale.
keeping Suave in business.
They really are, actually. But yeah, they're always stocked.
They are stocked. Our family always has 4 half gallons of milk.
Oh my God, the milk at my parents' house is really crazy. There'll be 4 in the main fridge and then 4 in the spillover fridge.
I mean,
It's
my
just
dad
a lot.
does go through it.
Yeah, they
So
go through
He
it.
makes
It's just-
lattes. What are they doing with their milk?
They're putting it in cereal or in their coffee.
I also, maybe it's a generational thing that we are drinking a lot less milk because the dairy lobby didn't like get to us as much. But I don't even normally have milk at home.
Neither do I.
I have half
Never
and
have
half for
milk.
my coffee, and that's it.
I have literally nothing in my fridge right now except
Same.
some Spindrifts, actually.
What flavors?
It was a Costco thing, so it came with lemon, lime, and grapefruit. I'm not a big fan of the lime, but I like the lemon and the grapefruit. I'm happy to have them.
I do not like the lime at all. The lime is foul.
Yeah, we have, similar taste in Spindrift. What else is on your For You page?
This could also be maybe under learning on TikTok because I learned a lot from this video. It's a pretty long video. It's by a creator named @Truckers Shade Room, which already, these are these pockets of TikTok that you're like, okay, I guess we got the trucking community on here.
Yeah.
But it's not interpersonal drama, it's business drama where essentially, and I don't really know how trucking works, but here it seems as if they're almost like contract workers that can, I assume my read of this is people either work for a trucking fleet or people, and so they are like subcontracted out with the trucks owned by the fleet, kind of like taxis. Or
That was my read on it as well.
right. Or they own their own truck and so work independently as a contractor. And so
And then they could pick and choose the
what they're
jobs.
what their jobs are gonna do. So it's not hourly, it's based on the jobs. So this
Right.
guy is looking at a job and doing the breakdown of how this job is just like,
He would basically be losing money.
yeah, like why would you even do this?
Which it's similar to Uber because I hear a lot of Uber drivers who say if I go to so and so place, in the amount of gas it would take me, I won't make it. It doesn't make sense to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in essence, it's the same thing as this truck driver saying if I take this job and this load, it won't make any sense.
Y'all look at this old dumbass shit right here, picking up over there in Florida, going way over there to motherfucking Phoenix, Arizona. 30,000 pounds, 2,100 miles for motherfucking $3,200. You mean to tell me you want me to go way to motherfucking Phoenix, Arizona for motherfucking $1.49 a mile? These people tripping for real, man. On the real, let's look at this load. Let's see what the profit would look like, man, if I was to take this old stupid ass load.
The thing about this video, when you first showed it to me, we hear this person's voice, but he's showing us his phone screen.
Right.
His phone screen is so cracked and crazy looking. I was distracted by the whole time, just thinking, I just need you to have your phone screen just fixed. It's I don't know how. It's hard to see on there.
The comments in the video are really good where they're like, my phone screen like cracked while I was watching this video, or like the first voice because he talks to someone before he talks to someone in the call center, and you can see really like the problems with these types of systems coming through in this video, especially at the end where he was like, well, someone's going to end up taking that job. And that just like perpetuates this issue where people aren't paid an appropriate wage for the work that they have to do.
Yeah.
But the first voice, everyone's commenting, is this Optimus Prime on the phone?
Yes.
File trucking under a job that I would just, never. Never.
Well, actually, you say never, but there's part of me where I think I'd have a ball as a truck driver. Like, just being alone on the open road, listening to music. You don't have so much stress. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a weird place at work. But...
Yeah, I think you might be in a weird moment at your job, because think about a long road trip and then add more time to that and like a semi trailer. I don't know. I just like feel gross when I'm on the road, and I just like eat Cheetos the whole time. So it's not for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for me either, but I think it's not a 0% appeal. I see at least a 5 to 10% appeal.
Right. Well, in terms of supply chain, you can see how I'm going to get too intricate on this one. I'm trying to talk about like cost of product and how you see this like affecting the way that workers are paid, where everyone wants their products at a certain price. So then they're slashing wages for like the way that we get the product in the first place. We like very infrequently think about how things get to us, but a lot of what we consume in the United States comes on trucks and is transported on trucks.
You know who we have to talk to? We have a friend.
Your
of
friend.
The pod who's an expert in supply chain, Karen. So
Karen, tell us about the trucking industry.
Yes, we'll have to invite her on to tell us all the things.
And also, Dina, didn't you work on ice truckers?
I never did, no.
Oh.
I worked for Discovery, and they did ice truckers.
But you didn't work on
I never
ice truckers.
was affiliated with the show, yeah.
Onward?
Oh, there's one thing I wanted to add that you reminded me when you were talking about the supply chain is there is a grandpa going viral on TikTok for his love of V8 juice. So he's been in, have you seen any of these videos?
No.
Again, I think, I'm on all the old like grandpa content, but he was invited to the V8 headquarters, and the V8 marketing team is doing really good by him and sending him product and stuff because he's been like promoting their brand for free. And in the video, the grandpa says, and I want to thank the factory workers too. And everyone was like, you know what? Applaud this man. People don't think of the factory workers, and he's from a different generation where, yeah, like that's where the product starts. It starts in the factory. That's all. You made me think of that.
Or the farmers.
Yeah.
Let's continue to name parts of the supply chain. It starts with the land, and that's why we need to conserve our ecosystem in a finite biosphere. Continuing on.
We're gonna take a right turn. And there's an audio by Iced Mocha IMO. And I'm just gonna play the audio. It speaks for itself.
Start the music! I have car license, but he has no car license. I have car license, but he has no car license. I'm 30, he's 40, but he has no car license. I have car license, but he has no car license. I have car license, but he has no car license. I have car license, but he has no car license. I'm 30, he's 40, but he has no car license. I have car license, but he has no car license. Come on, I have car license, but...
There's no music. She's just talking. There's no music.
Yeah, that's why it's so funny.
What
And
festival
it's-
is this?
The video, she's on stage at
Japan
something that says
Fair.
Japan Fair.
Yeah, but where's Japan Fair? That's what I need to know. OC
I don't
Japan
know.
Fair.
Maybe Orange County.
The first comment, start the music, nothing happens.
Yes.
Start the
And
music,
so-
proceeds to sing the whole song a cappella.
And everyone's saying this crowd was not hype enough for her because people should have been singing along. I sing along. I have this song stuck in my head. It's catchy.
Yeah. I like Coachella? Question mark?
It's Stagecoach? Question mark.
The comment section always comes through.
Yeah. So surprisingly this week I saw some fashion videos. Usually Catalina is our resident fashion TikToker.
Fashionista?
But the first video that came on my page is by Ariana Tomlinson about high school students.
Every day I come on this app and I feel like a senior citizen. What is going on with you kids in the high school? I don't know why I keep getting high schoolers on my For You page, but this girl was mad that she got dress coded for literally wearing a sports bra and underwear to school. I don't care how hot it is, girl. That is indoor clothes. Like, it's cute as a lounge outfit, but what the fuck are you doing pulling up to calculus in a bra and underwear? Don't get me started on the purple jeans. When y'all said purple jeans were in, I was thinking 2012 Justin Bieber, and I was so far from the truth. Are leaving the tag on the jeans, and I think it's to show that it's like an expensive brand. But if the jeans don't look expensive without the tag on, why are you buying that? Still stuck on the underwear. What are you doing? Go home and change.
Now, I did not see the original video of a girl who went to high school in a bra and underwear, but then she goes on to say how purple jeans are really popular. In my mind, I'm thinking the color purple jeans. Like, people are wearing them.
Of course.
No.
What are purple
It's not-
jeans?
It's a brand. So I searched this because I thought, is that true? Like, is everyone wearing purple jeans? I haven't seen this. I live very close to a high school. So I saw a video by Senor_Barragan, who works in a high school.
The students at my school are obsessed with purple jeans. What are purple jeans, you may ask? Don't worry, I am also old and have no idea what they were. They're a brand of jeans that are very expensive. I think they're expensive. $200? That's like 400 tacos from Jack in the Box. I can't judge them too hard because when I was in high school, I really wanted Jabos. This is how I wanted to look, but I just couldn't afford them. Anyways, I've been telling students all week that this Friday, I'm wearing my purple jeans. Telling them that it's Purple Jean Friday. And so yesterday, I used my Photoshop magic. Actually, I used Google Docs and just printed a bunch of tags like this. I'm gonna walk around and see what the students say. I am 100% going to get clowned.
So purple is an expensive jean brand. And I cannot believe that people are leaving tags on their jeans.
To show
That
people
seems-
where they're from.
Yeah, and to show how expensive they are. People would do that with baseball hats, right? To show that they're authentic. Or shoes. I've seen it on sneakers. Now this jeans, this is taking it to the next level.
That's
This is
nasty.
crazy.
Oh my God, these bands are expensive. I'm
Yeah.
on the website, Slim Straight Crystals, $7.95. Yikes. I remember in
great.
high school, I think like Joe's jeans and Seven jeans were the ones that I knew about. Joe jeans, I don't know.
Yeah, I like Joe's jeans. But they're not $400. They're like $200. These purple
Yeah,
jeans are
they're like
$400.
$198.
Also, who decided to leave the tags on as a trend?
That's tacky. I mean, but that comes from the same thought pattern as people who want to have the designer emblem on everything that they wear.
Right.
Where it's about the status. It's not about the actual garment or the quality of the garment or the fashion.
Yeah.
The quality of my Palladium shirt that
I gave you.
accidentally, when I cropped it, cut a hole right at the boob, which is very sad for me. And then I also have my dance skin bike shorts, which I'm quite the fan of. Put people onto those.
Put the people onto Old Navy bike shorts. Those are my favorite.
Well, onward to the next section. We have a couple of New York City talks this week to highlight. This one I don't think is specific really to New York City, and it was a video by The New Yorker. But it's these two dudes that the vibes are just whatever with them, but they're talking about their strategies for getting reservations in New York City. We can play just like a clip of it.
I was out in the village earlier this week and I stopped by Fort Charles and I expected to be turned away and they said, our kitchen closes at 11:30. If you can come in at 11, we'd be happy to see you.
There you go. That's exactly how you become a regular at Fort Charles.
Right, which is, one of the toughest reservations in town.
It sure is.
You eat there often?
Not very often. I can't get in.
What are your sort of go-to ways to get a tough reservation?
Number one is see if you can create a relationship with the restaurant. See if you can reach out and make contact with a person and ask nicely. Sometimes I do that on Instagram. Sometimes I do that in person. Sometimes I do that through email or through a mutual friend. But to make a personal connection is the number one most effective way to get a hard table.
Can you rate for me sort of in order of effectiveness, making a reservation in person, making a reservation on the telephone, and making a reservation online?
In person, telephone, online.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna have feelings.
You of?
Okay,
But
well,
what did this remind you
obviously,
of?
this reminds. So, okay, it reminded me of many things. First of all, whenever we go to New York and we like want to eat somewhere, it's like we need a reservation. Where can we get a reservation? I'm gonna just reserve this thing on Resy. Beep, bop, boop. But actually, we had great success this last time. Well, not really, but we had a very memorable experience this last time because I wanted to go, or some people want to go to Korean barbecue, but the reservation was at 9:15, and everyone was like, it's too late. Meanwhile, when did we end up eating? Probably 9:30. Yeah. Anyhow, we were in the West Village trying our luck because how did we end up there? Oh, we went to the wrong location. Dina put the wrong location in the Uber app or the taxi, whatever.
It was Park Avenue. No, it was 7th Avenue South versus 7th Avenue.
Yeah, and
rookie mistake.
Some lady on the street was yelling us like, I've never heard of that. And like being like,
No,
you
I
guys
was
need to
wrong.
walk south. And I was like, I know where I am. Like, well, barely. So we end up in the West Village meeting up with our friends who had gone to the correct location where we had missed our reservation because we were like 15 minutes late to it. And we're like,
and we were
shit.
drinking wine.
It's
before
Saturday night in New York City or Friday night, who knows? It's a weekend
In the
night in New
West
York City.
Village.
We're screwed. And we were walking down the road, and Dina points to a restaurant in the distance, is like, oh, we should go there. And my friend goes, oh, you mean one of the hardest restaurants to get into in New York City? The restaurant was Don Angie, which is a very difficult restaurant to get a reservation at. And they almost let us in, which the fact that we're even still talking about this and we didn't get in, but we're like, this was notable, goes to show.
Me and Ashley were in the camp of you have to at least ask, you have to try, which is what these guys were saying in this TikTok video. Like, just go and show up. And the hostess couldn't have been nicer. She immediately was like, no, it's not going to happen. But as we were walking out, she's like, wait, just 1 minute. There might be something. So in that 3 minutes of us waiting, we were like, we're getting this reservation. It's great.
I was like partying under the scaffolding.
Yeah. And it turned out not to be the case, but like that excitement, it was like we almost hit the jackpot.
We almost hit the jackpot. That's such
but it does go so. You just got to ask in person or make a phone call.
And also go at weird times, I think, is another.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, go at weird times. Then I ended up looking up that restaurant that they were talking about. And
which one? Oh, Fort Charles.
Oh, Fort Charles. Okay. So then I actually ended up looking at Fort Charles because I'd never heard of it. I'm not like hip to the New York City restaurant scene anymore. I kind of thought it might have been the place that we ended up getting a martini at next to Don Angie's, but it was some random location. Have you been to Fort Charles?
I haven't been to Fort Charles, but I've been to Au Cheval, and I believe they're owned by the same people. Okay. And it's a similar burger, I think. I think Fort Charles is the
it's like
fancier
$50
version. Yeah, Au Cheval was also a hard reservation to get when they first came to the city, but I remember getting one. Yeah, it was good. Sure.
Well, we ended up going that night to L'Artusi, which actually was this exact way where we walked in and they were like, come back at so-and-so time. And that is not an easy reservation to get either. So
we ended up eating at L'Artusi that night? That's where we were? No, you're wrong.
Yeah, that's where we were.
It wasn't called L'Artusi. It was a pizza place.
What the fuck is L'Artusi?
Not where we ate. I'm looking at the map. It was Le Antica Pizzeria.
Oh, okay,
whatever.
Which is also a well-known place.
It was great.
It's like super famous in Naples.
Right, and it was great. We had
I had a lovely time, except for when Dina ordered $15 lemon shots for the table. Lemon drops? Limoncellos. No, and they were like a nasty cocktail that weren't actually limoncellos. So that was sad.
Sorry.
It's okay. We didn't know. You live, you learn. You laugh, you learn.
Okay, but like back to the video, I think like this advice is sort of obvious to me.
Yeah, I didn't think that this was any sort of like groundbreaking advice.
Right.
But I do think that people live and die by not speaking to people.
100%.
And also,
you gotta talk to people.
Having the convenience of being in that location early in the day to put your name in. Oftentimes, you're not going to be around.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I saw a video by a Daily Christian, and there's a trend going around with one of Taylor Swift's songs. One of her lyrics is about getting raised in the asylum.
You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me.
This user says her asylum was McFadden's. Do you remember McFadden's?
I've never been there in my entire life.
It was right next to Calico Jack's. So Calico Jack's, we used to go to in college. Maybe you never came with me, but we always used to go.
Calico Jack's.
It's not around anymore. And McFadden's is not around either anymore.
What street was it on? Ew, Murray Hill.
Yeah, and it's now becoming urgent care or something, which
it
is
should
hilarious.
be, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
The ghosts that place has seen, the urgent scenarios.
It's very New York.
You went there in college? You didn't go after college?
No, we went to Calico Jack's in college, and McFadden's was next door, so we would go.
Oh, I am not familiar with this establishment. Was there a Halloween party at McFadden's?
Probably, yes.
Maybe I have been there. Wait, this is so funny. I'm looking on Google Street View, and it's still the McFadden's saloon, like, facade.
That's how it is. Yeah.
But then it's an urgent care.
Yeah, no.
Like, they didn't even remove the name McFadden's Saloon.
That's how it is right now. If I walk down the street, I would see that.
That is so funny. Yeah. No, I think that party was at Turtle Bay, which also foul.
Also R.I.P. to Turtle Bay.
RIP Turtle Bay.
RIP Turtle Bay. One too many stabbings happened there.
Woof.
It's a place now called Madame Miquette's. It's sort of like I don't want to say upscale, but it's a cocktail bar. It's very different from Turtle Bay.
That was like when one of those places that we used to go on 3rd Avenue in college became like 13th something. It became like a kind of nice place.
Right, 13th Step. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh dear.
Moving on.
You know what bar perseveres? Phoebe's.
Phoebe's? You're right. It does. B-Bar across the street closed, but Phoebe's perseveres. Wow.
I wonder who they know. I wonder what dirt they have on like a city commissioner.
R.I.P. to Continental.
I am not. Oh my God. RIP Continental. Truly. That place was
5 shots for $10.
A slice of life, if you will. All right, let's stop naming bars in New York City.
You have one video in the Learning on TikTok section. Tell us about it.
Yes, so I saw this video by the creator Plant Daddy Drew, where he's basically he's dissuading people or discouraging people from planting eucalyptus.
Hello, I don't know what plant person needs to hear this, but please do not plant any form of eucalyptus in your yard in the United States, all right? I know the species like the rainbow eucalyptus and things of that nature are quite stunning to have in your yard because, you know, the rainbow colorations on their bark and stuff, but please do not, let me tell you. So, eucalyptus in general are highly, and I mean highly flammable. Just look up eucalyptus fires in California and you will see. Once one gets going and they're like bunched up together, baby, it will be a blaze. Yes. Also, they're called widowmakers because after some time they literally drop whole branches. For whatever reason, I don't really know, but they're called widowmakers because if you're standing under it and they drop, you're dead.
I enjoyed this. I think it's important to spread the word. The eucalyptus is an incredibly flammable invasive species that causes forest fires all over the world, and it is not a native plant to the Americas.
I felt very educated watching this video because you had told me about this problem. You pointed out some of the eucalyptus trees in Portugal.
Remember when we literally saw eucalyptus trees on fire in Portugal?
Yeah, exactly. So I felt educated already. But the more you know, I'm glad this TikTok is spreading information that is factual and people should know.
Yeah, it's also interesting to, you think, oh, trees are good. You know, you don't realize that if you introduce certain vegetation or species like animals and vegetation to areas that they are not native to, it can really screw up the ecosystem.
That's depressing. Should we move
Yeah.
on to an equally depressing
Well, what I
video?
wanted to say was also that all of this started, guess when? All of the like eucalyptus, the like bringing of
when
eucalyptus
in the
bringing-
world? Like
yeah.
when, what year?
No, like what era was eucalyptus like taken from its native habitat and brought to other regions of the world?
The 1980s.
Dina. During the age of colonial expansion, Dina, particularly maritime expansion, during which they
Yeah,
used
of
some of
course.
the timber. They had to repopulate the trees, for example, in Spain and Portugal because it had been deforested because they were building so many boats to go conquer. So that's how colonialism has a ecological effect as well. I'll shut
Thank
up now.
you. I was just gonna blame, Ronald Reagan.
Ronald
In the 80s.
No, it goes way further back.
Of course. Okay, so we'll move on to our next depressing video.
Oh,
and
great.
it's last but not least.
Oh, we're ending on a depresso?
It's okay, it's funny. It's a video by MX.Beltran.
What is that one song for you that instantly makes you start crying?
So, of course, it's the Team song, which doesn't sit as horribly with me because for work I use Google, not Teams. So, but I imagine if I use Teams, it would trigger something foul inside me.
I pointed out this video because I've been talking with Ashley, friend of the pod, a lot about the fact that I don't think I've ever cried because of a song.
Oh, right. Oh, no. I've cried definitely because of songs. Music moves me. Anytime I'm at a John Legend concert, I cry.
I'm going to have to pay more attention, but like I can't remember.
You've never cried at a concert?
I've cried because like I'm sad and am listening to sad music, but I was crying anyway.
Oh, I don't know. Music moves me in a way I think similar to Ashley, friend of the pod.
Yeah, I'm not really moved by it. I'm moved by like films are really affect me. I also think it's kind of has to do with the fact that I don't hear lyrics very well. So
maybe that's the issue. Listen closer.
Listen up.
All right, well, this was fun. Thank you, Catalina.
Yes, lovely to see you, and we'll keep tic-tac talking away.
Until the government takes it away, but hopefully they won't.
They're just going to sell it, honestly.
Yeah. All right, thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.